Hello everyone and welcome to another video by Centipede Geek. Today I'm going to review a film by the name of Snakes on a Plane. Snakes on a Plane came out in the year of 2006. It's directed by a guy by the name of David R. Ellis. David R. Ellis has directed several films in his filmography career. He actually just died in January of 2013. Very sad to see him go because he had some good films in his filmography career. He did Shark Night 3D in the year of 2011. He did The Final Destination in 2009. He did Cellular in 2004. Final Destination 2 in 2003. There's a few other films he also did in his filmography career. And not only is it directed by David R. Ellis, but it's written by 4 different people. It's written by John Heffernan, Sebastian Gutierrez, David DeLeonardo, and John Heffernan. It stars actors and actresses such as, the main person in it is pretty much Samuel L. Jackson, but there's many different other people. But Samuel L. Jackson, Juliana Margulies, Nathan Phillips, Rachel Blancard, Kenan Thompson, and Flex Alexander, and that pretty much rounds off the main cast. So what is Snakes on a Plane all about? Well, obviously the title implies it, but let me give you just a little bit of backstory because there's a little bit, mainly, you know, people board a plane, snakes are on it, but there's sort of a reason the snakes are actually on the plane. So let me tell you a little bit about that without spoiling the film too much if you haven't seen it. So this man, you know, it's kind of obvious, you know, but this man, he ends up witnessing this corrupt cop getting beaten with a bat. He's actually hanging upside down on a bridge. This boy, this young teenager, has to decide whether or not to witness, you know, to be a witness at the you know, to the judge. And so obviously he says yes. So he gets on this plane, and you can already see where this is going. Snakes are on board on the plane for reasons you can already kind of, you know, read between the lines, you know, fill in the gaps of why the snakes are on the plane. But that's pretty much the plot of the movie. This boy, you know, decides to, you know, hey, I'm going to be the witness against this guy and go in front of the judge. So he gets on board this plane, and what ends up being on the plane? Obviously, hence the title of the film, snakes end up being on the plane. So what did I think of these films by the name of Snakes on a Plane, coming out in the year of 2006, starring Samuel L. Jackson and directed by David R. Ellis? Well, overall, I really enjoyed this film. I will say there are some little bit of goofy parts, but they are all the more fun, right? There's some really goofy parts, mainly towards the beginning. Towards the end, it gets pretty serious. You know, it takes itself more down a serious route. But especially in the first chunk, when the snakes first show up, is when it's the goofiest part. There's parts where, like, this huge snake is starting to crawl up a girl's dress. You know, this old kind of bigger girl, and she's starting to get turned on because the snakes are going towards, you know, her private parts and up towards her dress and her breast and stuff. So she has no idea that there's actually snakes going up her dress because she's actually asleep. So that was one of the more comical parts. Several parts of this film, I think it's meant to be played off this way, play itself off as sort of a horror comedy. I think it intertwines that in sort of a great way where it just makes it really fun and, you know, entertaining to watch. There's some great death scenes. I will say there are some goofy death scenes, but as I said earlier, it makes it all the more fun to watch, right? So it's just so fun to watch, you know, people die by these snakes. What I'm pretty sure is what they use. They use a combination of CGI snakes, not only CGI snakes, but a combination of both CGI snakes and real snakes. And they sort of, what I'm pretty sure they do is they make some of the bodies are real, and then when the heads move and stuff, those are CGI. So I think David R. Ellis, you know, whoever did the special effects, cleverly intertwined those elements of both CGI, you know, and then actual, you know, realistic snakes to make it, you know, come off in a more, I guess you could say, a more suspenseful and a more effective manner in general, making it just very entertaining to watch. Favorite performances or actors in the film? You know, you really don't watch this film for the actors, but if I had to pick somebody, it would definitely be Samuel L. Jackson playing the character of Neville Flynn. He plays an FBI agent, pretty much the bodyguard character of our main actor, played by Nathan Phillips, who plays the character of Sean Jones. And, you know, Samuel L. Jackson protecting Nathan Phillips' character of Sean Jones. You know, he has, you know, plays kind of the same character he plays in several of his movies where, you know, he has that same kind of persona that he always has. And Samuel L. Jackson is always just a joy to watch on screen, you know, on my TV screen. So he was cool to see. Some other people I enjoyed seeing that I really didn't expect to see was the guy by the name an actor by the name of Kenan Thompson playing the character of Troy. He has a great scene, major spoilers coming up towards the end, where he actually lands the plane because he plays on this, PSP video game where he's actually an expert pilot in that game, and it allows him and it causes him to land the plane towards the end of the film. I actually thought it was kind of cool to watch it, and not that his acting was amazing or anything, but he portrayed his character in a pretty decent way, and it was really fun to watch because, I'm a big fan of him. Obviously, Kenan Kel back in the day. And now he's on, SNL, or, otherwise known as Saturday Night Live. And he was kind of cool to see because I really didn't expect to see him. Another actor I did not expect to see was an actor by the name of Terry Chin. I was watching Terry Chin on screen. He plays the character of Chen Leong, and I was like, where is this guy from? I know his face, and then I finally, I went to IMDb later, and I found out, oh, this is one of the main guys from the Continuum television series on the Sci-Fi Channel. It's a Canadian television series. He's in both seasons 1 and 2. I love him in Continuum. His role in Snakes on a Plane, the 2006 horror film, is very small, very minor, but it's still really cool to see him in because, I get to see him, grace the screen again, even though I do like his performance more in Continuum, the Sci-Fi television series that's in its 3rd season now. But overall, I really liked Snakes on a Plane. It's got some great death scenes. The suspense, it's action-packed. One of my favorite moments is when the suitcases start to fall out, the oxygen masks start to fall out, and then the snakes start just rampaging everyone. Chaos starts to break loose in the plane. Those are the best moments, when the chaos just breaks loose. You got people, jumping over everyone. You got people stepping on everyone. So it's bloody. It's a fun time. Probably the most entertaining thing about it is just to watch the snakes eat everyone, making it a very fun time. It's very bloody. There's a great scene where they're all on a staircase and the rails start to break off and everyone's falling. People are falling on each other. People are trampling over each other. A heel actually ended up piercing someone's neck, and that's how they end up dying. It's a crazy scene that I really enjoyed. But overall, it's just a fun, entertaining, I guess you can say, sort of horror thriller film. Plays itself more off as a thriller, a very bloody thriller. But overall, I really enjoyed it. So I'm going to go ahead and give it a full 10 out of 10. And that is for the 2006 film with the name of Snakes on a Plane. Once again, thanks for watching another video by Centipede Geek. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe to my page below. And I will see you guys later with more videos by Centipede Geek.